Hello, I'm Amari here with Hunter and Spencer with SBC Network, and today our topic is about Rookie of the Year predictions. I'll start with you first, Hunter.
I'm actually going to go with Devontae Smith. I think reuniting with Jalen Hurts with the Eagles, he's going to be their number one weapon. And I think he's going to have a really good year. The Eagles might not have a great season, but I think Devontae Smith will. He's an electric receiver, Alabama. He was incredible in college, and I expect the same in the NFL. So I'm going with Devontae Smith.
What about you, Spencer?
I'm gonna go with quarterback. I'm gonna go with Trey Lance for the San Francisco 49ers. I like Shanahan. I think he could work some magic with his young quarterback, and I think Jimmy Garoppolo. He might be on the hot seat with the move of drafting him third overall, but I think Garoppolo can give some insight to Lance, and I think Lance has got some weapons to work with. 49ers have a good wide receiver core, and I think they're going to have a solid offense if he can perform.
I'm gonna take a different route. Well, with Hunter, I'm gonna go with receiver. I'm gonna go with Jalen Waddle. Somebody who's a speedster receiver, somebody who has decent size, somebody who has very good chemistry with Tua back when they played at Alabama, had a really good college career at Alabama, and I think it should be the same when he comes into the league. So,
I
yeah.
think my only thing about Trey Lance right now is we don't know who's going to be the starter for the 49ers. Like, we know with both Devontae Smith and Jalen Waddle that they're going to get touches and they're going to be number one, number two options on their team. So I guess that's the only thing about Trey Lance is we'll have to wait for the quarterback competition to play out in order to really see like if he's going to start. I expect maybe Jimmy will be starting, but who knows?
Oh, we have a caller. Hello, what's your question?
Hi. I got a question for you guys. It's out of the big three wide receivers, Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, and Jamar Chase. Who's going to perform the best, and would you put those three in order? Who's going to perform the best to worst, and who's going to have the most impact on their team?
Good question.
Okay, that's a really good question.
That's a good question.
I'll go Devontae Smith one. I think he'll have the most impact. I'll go Jamar Chase at number two, and I'll go Jalen Waddle three.
I'll go Jalen Waddle at number one. I'll go Jamar Chase at two and Devontae Smith at three.
I think I'll go. Waddle as one as well, and I'll put Chase at number two, so that leaves Smith at three for me. Honestly, I think that we had a really good draft class this year, and I think out of the offensive rookies, we got a lot of quarterbacks and a lot of wide receivers as well. I think there's a lot of guys that can make noise, and I think this is probably going to be one of the better draft classes, in my opinion, of these recent years. You got a lot of top prospects, guys like obviously Trevor Lawrence, first overall pick to the Jaguars. If a lot of the teams can build around their prospects, I think these guys are going to have great long careers in the NFL.
Yeah, and I think one thing also about all three of those guys is they're reuniting with their college quarterback, which means that they have that chemistry already, which I think is always important for a wide receiver to have really good chemistry with your quarterback, and their quarterbacks trust them because they played with them before.
My one issue, I think, with the Bengals is that I don't think it's a great idea to reunite, like you said, college quarterback with the college wide receiver, get that chemistry back together. I think it's a good move, but I feel like the Bengals, they have bigger issues than wide receiver.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Definitely.
Joe Burrow had a bad injury. Their offensive line is pretty porous.
Yeah.
Not just through the time Burrow was in the starting QB role, but even after he got hurt, they had massive issues on the offensive line. And I just don't feel like you go for that chemistry over protecting your quarterback.
I definitely thought they would go with Penei Sewell out of Oregon in the draft, but they went with the position that they already had good players in. They probably should have gone offensive line, but maybe they're thinking with more weapons. More weapons, maybe the better. But I have no idea what they were thinking.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, if I'm the Bengals GM there, I got a potentially generational blindside blocker, Sewell right there.
Mm-hmm.
I got to take him. I got to protect my first overall pick from last year, because if that happens again, that's devastating. And I don't think his career. We don't even know if his mobility is going to be back. We don't know how he's going to be once he's back from injury. I don't know if he'll be the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Offensive line is one of the most important parts on offense to protect the quarterback. So with Burrow having a bad injury last season, I mean, need to upgrade the offense. I thought they was going to take Penei Sewell, but I guess they didn't. And with more offensive line and more sturdy offensive line, you can have a really good offense. So we'll just see how the season goes, I guess.
Yes, we will.
It'll
Yeah.
be an interesting one for the offense.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in to the show. Hope you have a good rest of the day.